The real problem, by the way,
I guess
is when two people are falling in love, but they're at different speeds going through the neurochemical cascade.
That was my dean of students job. Like, hey, this guy keeps texting me and I don't want him to.
And what's happening, there's a syndrome actually that's identifiable in the literature called hemophilia, not hemophilia. It's not a blood disorder.
No, it's My Chemical Romance philia. Emo.
Yeah. Exactly. And what it means is that you fall in love too quickly. And there's a non-trivial number of women who suffer from this. And they just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And the guy's like, we just met.
Oh, okay.
And so the result is they get into relationships with what we call dark triad personalities. They're men who have high levels of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy.
The red pill boys.
They have psychopathic traits, and they feed on this for women who go right through the scale. And so a lot of what I'm doing is I'm saying, if you've got this thing, you need to manage yourself because you need to understand yourself.
Gotcha.
And you need to understand the people who are going to prey on you because they will.
Yeah.
You'll be a magnet for dark triads. And it'll be like, every boyfriend I have is a psychopath. But it's literally true.
Yeah.
Not because you have bad luck, but because you're blinking light that says, psychopaths welcome.
I feel like 95% of this show has become un-Hollywoodizing everything.
Yeah.
There is no Hollywood movie that I know of that's worth watching that somebody says, hey, I need to consciously and intentionally limit myself to 3 text messages a day to this person. The question is always, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
Right.
And I feel like in our culture, we chase feeling off a cliff. Because that same feeling shows up this way, but that same feeling showed up for me 10 years in when I didn't feel it anymore.
Right.
And then your colleagues are like, well, then.
I guess it's not a soulmate.
Or they say what I think is the most insane statement these days is that relationship just ran its course. Like they don't just stop.
Right.
People quit, right? And that's fine if you want to quit. But this idea that there's just a natural lifespan to some of this, it circles back to you have to know what you're talking about to then say, okay, oh gosh, that's me.
Yeah.
And I'm not insane or broken or crazy, but I have to be intentional about it.
For sure. I mean, that's why emotional self-management is so critically important. That starts with knowledge. That's why, I do the science. I don't do the science because it's, whiz bang, super cool. It is.
Yeah.
I do it because it's in the public interest. We get a better world when people fall in love and stay in love. The thing that I talk about is what's the realistic expectation as you've gone through this neurochemical cascade and you want a relationship to endure as opposed to simply be established. And the answer is generally between 2 and 5 years after the initiation of the relationship, you don't want passionate love, you want companionate love, which sounds, my kids have heard me say this, they're like, Dad, that's not hot.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Companionate love has tons of passion in it, but companionate love is based on best friendship. The foundation of enduring love, enduring romantic love is friendship.